Alright everyone, good morning and welcome back again to more Trails Through Daybreak. We just got done taking care of a mission in which we had to handle, I guess you can say a troubled, not even a troubled professor, but more so he troubles his fellow co-workers and teammates, if anything. A hardened boss, if you will. And now that we took care of that, at least for the time being, we're going to continue on to the next part of the game and see where that takes us. So if anything else, hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for love and support. And here we go. Alright, let's head on over to that quest we got going on here.
Why don't we see...
QA testing again. I finished the latest version of my AR mystery game and I'd love for you to test it out. If you solve all of the puzzles and give me your thoughts on the experience, I'd be happy to reward you. I'll be waiting at the tunnel in the artisanal district. Percy. Okay then. Alright, let's see. And, can go, you know what, let's just go to artisanal district and boom. Alright, he is all the way there. Okay. So we just run down. I was already there. Okay. Well, that's alright. And if we run all the way down, he's all the way in the back. By the mine entrance. Ah, there he is. Perfect. So this way leads down a mine, does it? That would make an excellent backdrop for a game, but nah, it's probably too dangerous down there. Hey there, Arkwright Solutions, you had a request for us? Well, I didn't expect you to help me out again. Thank you. Figured we at least hear you out. What's got you all the way out in Basel anyhow? Especially all the way out here in the dark. You ain't up to something shady, are you? Oh, I'm just scouting locations for my new game. It has a mystery theme, so it only makes sense for it to be dark and secretive. Let's get down to business then, if that's alright with you. I worked with a really bright friend of mine on this concept, so if I can iron out the kinks, I'm sure it'll be a hit. You'll solve a series of puzzles, all while using these special gimmicks that fit Basil's hand and glove. Yeah? What kind of gimmicks are we talking? Well, it would spoil the fun if I just told you. Here, have this leaflet. Let's see here. Urgent message from HQ. Catch the rogue hacker on the loose in Basel. HQ will track the target's movements and relay them to you ASAP. All transmissions will be sent in code to avoid leaking information. Decode the messages and apprehend the hacker. Secret agents, huh? Alright, I'll bite. And decoding our messages forms the puzzle aspect of the game. Exactly. Sounds fun, right? I think we really knocked it out of the park with this one. So, what do you think? Interested in giving it a shot? I mean, obviously. Sure, we got our other work taken care of, why not? Awesome, I was hoping you'd be up for it. Let me put your names down under the tester group real quick. There's another tester working through the game right now, so see if you can solve the puzzle before they do. I see, I didn't realize you weren't the only testers at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending applications all over the place. My other tester started just a few minutes ago. I've got a special reward for whoever beats the game first, so good luck. The hunt is on now, isn't it? Well, good luck. I'll be watching from the sidelines to make sure everything's running smoothly. And there he goes. And now what? We don't even have our first message yet. This is true. He did say that HQ would send us messages, but, how? HQ to Spriggan. We found traces of the hacker in the artisanal district. Investigate the suited triad. Whoa, I didn't recognize this address at all. I think it really is him. This first riddle should be easy to solve. I imagine it's like a warm-up. Makes sense. Let's get cracking then. Alright, so we got... Oh, there's a green marker over there. Why so far off, though? Jeez. Really making me work for this so late at night. Is it even late? I think it's probably like, what, 6, 7 p.m. Not that bad. Alright, so we go all the way. It's up top. Okay. At least it looks that way to me. I think I may be right. Or is it... No, it's down. I hate this map. I really do. Alright, let's see what happens when we run under. Can we run under here? Found them. Oh, wait, it's not a... investigate. Chimney, huh? Well, if there were ever a suited triad, this'd be it. Not the easiest first riddle in the world, there are chimneys everywhere around here. Indeed, it does make sense for a district this industrious. And it looks like we're not the first to make it this far either. I walked around this damn place for ages and it was right here this whole time. Oh, looks like it threw the other tester for a loop. And here's the next set of instructions. It's almost like he's watching us. Normally I would assume the same, but I imagine at least one of us would have noticed them if they were tracking us by hand. I think we're receiving these messages automatically based on our Zypher location data. That might be giving him too much credit, no offense to him. No, I think this is the work of his helper. Must be a network expert. Got a lot to think about once this is done, but that can wait. Let's look at this next message real quick. HQ to Spriggan. The hacker is long gone from this area, unfortunately. We picked up another trail elsewhere in the artisanal district, though. Investigate the bat's roost. Yeah, go fig. Of course there's more to it than that. And talk about cryptic. The hell's a bat, all caps? Ordinarily, I would assume the mammal. But given how it's written, I imagine it's alluding to something else. At any rate, we didn't encounter any bats in the mine, if memory serves. Those letters do ring a bell. Where have I seen them before? I got nothing. The roost part makes me think there's some place they all come back to, or that they're normally out and about. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that fits that description. This one sounds more specific. I mean, thankfully we always have this here. Oh, it's by the tram. That makes sense. Okay. The staircase is where? I think we go further up. And then... Oh, I passed it. It's over here. Oh, I gotta go around. Boo! Hold on. I am not seeing this right. I need to go back here. And then I can go... Hold on. That explains a lot. I didn't know I can rotate the map like that, so I can actually see the lower level. Alright, so... I run further upward here. I see the tram already. So I go here. Hold on. Oh, right here. Oh, BAT, Basil Aerotram. Well, this is the Aerotram station. And I think we've struck gold here. Ah, right, that does make sense. BAT is an acronym for the Basil Aerotram. Alright, yeah, makes sense that this is the roost. They all stop here. And boom, there's the next message. HQ to Spriggan, the hackers made their way toward Newtown. Board the tram and pursue them. Straightforward enough, this one? Yeah, let's hop on. This does offer an exceptional view. Oh, I see a familiar face. Took the tram just before us. Let's see here. Well, if it ain't the Aramis kid we bumped into earlier. He's been a step ahead the whole way, from the looks of it. Well, I'm not about to let some snot-nosed runt like him out with me. Let's get moving. Man, I remember when I was all held up about Brett beating people to the punch like that. Youth, huh? I'd think of a zing, but you make fun of yourself well enough as is. I hate when he keeps attacking his age, man. It hurts. It looks like they've already made their move. Looks like it. So now what? We found a new trace of the hacker. Disregard the kitty for now. Your target is Z-cat number 1. Disregard the... Oh, that's what it is. It might help to write it on paper. This one would have been too much for the small fry's brain. How cruel. I got a pretty good idea of where the objective is. I can see it on that sign over there. Let's head on over and take a look. A cat, huh? What do cats have to do with the orbital net? Oh, her.
This is the Aerotram. Operate.
All the way down there. Okay, so I can run straight.
By the city of
So
Basel.
convenient nowadays.
And then the next staircase to the right. Take up. Then I can go up top. Yep. Basel Motor Pavilion. And over here.
Welcome to Basel Motor Pavilion. Here, you'll find the
what?
latest models from Calvert's 4 biggest manufacturers. Lino, Inger,
There you go. Z1 car. And here we are. Z-cat number 1 minus the cat, a Z1 race car. So you just cut the cat, huh? Almost too easy. Our next message should be arriving shortly. Yep, stay sharp, gang. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's see here. Yo, you in the game too? Yeah, guess so. Didn't know there were other people doing this. The hacker got away, but their tracks are fresh. They should still be nearby. Head for coordinate marker WXBC. Well, what the hell is this? Doesn't make a lick of sense. But I really don't want to lose to these guys. Gotta think this one over. Well, I'm headed out. Catch you later. Have fun. Best of luck out there. Puzzling time. Let's start with the easy stuff first. I suspect that we need to fill in the square marks with letters. Once we complete the sequence, the phrase will come together. Yeah, and once we have the full phrase, the rest is cakewalk from there. Let's follow the code and see what we find. Alright, let's leave. Alright, and... Okay. Go down. And... Go down again. And then one more down, right? And then we turn here. Vern's Arms. Yes. So first floor is Vern Arms, second is Vern Store. And the building itself is Vern Plaza. Vern Arms, or VA, that lines up with the code. It's not too hard if you know your way around. You made good time on this puzzle from the looks of it. Oh ho, would you look at that, another message. P.S. From the engineer, a pair of ZZF goggles will spell your way. ZZF goggles can be found at the Vern Store if memory serves. We heard about them earlier, didn't we? Yes. ZZF is the Liberal Kingdom's principal engineering company. They were notable for building the first orbital airships. So now we got Liberalian goods in the picture. That really makes me think it's her. Anyhow, let's go get those goggles. Okay. Hey, quick question. You guys stock ZZF goggles? We sure do. Here's a pair for you. They will spell your way, the riddle said. Is there writing on them? I don't see anything on the frame. So, oh, the lens perhaps. Bingo. Check this shit. Await the Aerotram. The bench will beckon. Guess we gotta follow the breadcrumbs now. The Aerotram is just up the stairs. Let's make haste. Hey, they don't mean burn arms, do they? What else could it be? Ugh, I hate this puzzle shit. I don't get these riddles at all. Oh look, looks like we're a step ahead this time. Let's hurry, can't let the kid show us up. Roger, roger. Alright, this time we just gotta go up top. Up. Over here. Ren? Well, if it ain't the Student Council Press, figured you had a hand in this.
You caught me. Good evening, Spriggan.
So little Miss Violet was behind it all, huh? Feels oddly appropriate. I'm flattered to hear that from Longport's own little prodigy. So how'd you get roped into all this? Well, I happen to know the game master through the net, you see. He'd been putting out all these fascinating riddles online. I figured I might as well reach out to him. We got in touch and eventually came up with the idea of this game. And what better setting for a cyber-themed story than Basil? I even got to try out this new mail API that I've been tinkering with. I learned quite a lot from this little exercise. Do you just know everyone ever? Jeez. I did learn about your hacking exploits as Kitty through MK's database, but I didn't realize your talent spanned far more than just security. Thank you. I still have much to learn, of course. Took him long enough. Must have fell behind somewhere. Huh, I was wondering why you were here. This was just an excuse to work with that Percy guy, wasn't it? This is all just stupid. The council president broke our own curfew for this shit. Oh, don't single me out, you meanie. I just so happened to hear from someone about a bored-looking Aramis student wandering around the city past curfew. Imagine my shock upon learning it was none other than you. So, James, did you have fun being a naughty little boy? Huh, barely felt a thing. All that effort for a dud of a game. Oh, could have sworn I heard you racking your brain a bit at some of those riddles there. Okay, fine. They did make me think a little. Kinda. That's excellent news. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear it. Wait, so did you really make that auto-send API thing for the emails like you made that from scratch? How the hell are you even real? No wonder Ronald and I don't measure up. Well, fine. I admit it. You're pretty damn good. Aw, thanks. But flattery will get you nowhere, mister. Oh, and would you mind keeping tonight a little secret? I'm not sure what I'd say if, as you mentioned, everyone found out I was breaking my own rules. Sure. Just as long as you keep me a secret too. I'm not privy to the specifics here, but it looks like they worked things out. Yeah, just kids being kids. Ronald, huh? So he's the other brain cell in the James group. At least things have settled down now. Percy shortly arrived on the scene, and the participants gave him their impressions of the game. Well, good work everyone, and thank you for the rave reviews. I owe a special shout out to Ren. Without her, none of this would have been possible. I'll think nothing of it. Thank you for having me. If you ever get the idea for some other game, do let me know. You got it. Thanks a bunch. Man, I never thought my online friend would be a high schooler. You're really something special. I mean, how the heck did you learn so much about the orbital neck at your age? I feel like you're gonna leave me behind if I'm not careful. I gotta branch out and level up my programming skills. Best of luck with that, pal. Gotta say, this was all pretty fun, so I'd be down to try it whatever you come up with next. Thank you. I still have a lot of kinks to iron out, but sure. But I might be able to go public soon. It's almost ready for average Joes and Janes, I think. Now, here's a little prize for you guys since you got here first and all. Again, thank you so much for participating. Look forward to the next game. With the game wrapped up, Percy excused himself to mull over his feedback. And Ren and James snuck back into the hotel for the night.
Well done, everyone.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Good, I need more money anyway. No level up? Alright, I think we're good now. We can now head back to... Oh, Osh Canyon. Yes. Let's do it.
The Aero Tram is just awesome.
Awesome indeed. Yep. Will this area do the trick?
Yes, it should be perfect.
What's that?
Parabolic shards expanded, initiating satellite communications.
Oh, shit. Again? Some of our research was supposedly used in making it too. What is it, Theo? That wasn't what I thought it was it? A low-altitude communication satellite flying 900 sail off the ground into the Sea of Stars? One of the many cutting-edge orbits you guys are operating in secret, huh?
Indeed, Vern aided in its development, and the president of Calvert has given its use his tacit approval. As long as we continue reporting data on its usage, admittedly.
Sounds like him, alright. So, this is how you report to HQ without the risk of anyone listening in?
That's correct. I don't believe communicating using Basel's orbital network to be safe at this point in time. As a Code E matter, the main AI in our headquarters will begin analysis and threat level determination as soon as it has received the proper data.
Must make things easy just having a computer do everything for you.
Something about that just doesn't sit right with me.
There's two sides to every coin, as the saying goes. Marduk ain't the only one whose tech level is off the charts. Hell, it's not even tech. It goes from martial arts, magic, and the like too. The Genesis and Almada aren't much different. But whatever something's above board or not, it all comes down to how you choose to grapple with it. You should try and keep that in mind.
Sure. Loud and clear, Professor Arkwright. I was forced to grapple with that damn tyrant. I know what I'm doing on that front.
Yeah, I suppose you do. You don't mind me telling the other two all that's happened here, by the way.
By all means. Whether it's permitted under our company rules is a gray area. But that is the Arkwright Solutions way, isn't it?
Look at that. Seems like I can't stop rubbing off on people.
So I've noticed.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry for bothering you so late. I thought you would be in for the night by now.
Oh, it's you. Wait. You may have seen the satellite from the observatory, yes. I was just going to ask for your help with something. So, over at the Institute not too long ago, we... Got it. We're meeting at the gate, right? We'll be there in 20. We should grab a small fry on the way there.
The preparations are coming along nicely. And this is going to be fun. Much as I wish we didn't have to leave most of the execution to that filthy worm.
He is an overseer much like myself. I am sure he will play his role perfectly. Just take care not to let the window of opportunity pass you by.
Who do you think you're talking to, puppeteer? As if I would fail.
This battlefield will soon be an essential part of the preparations for our endgame. I will be looking forward to seeing what you can do as well, Golden One.
I shall do whatever my contract asks of me. Farewell for now.
There you are. I'm glad you all came.
Yep, hey there. Wait a sec, haven't we met this chick? That's right, earlier today.
Oh, I remember you too.
I wasn't aware that you had already met. This is Associate Professor Esmeralda, another one of Professor Hamilton's students.
That's me! My full name is Esmeralda Archette. What a surprise! So you are the problem solvers I've heard so much about. And one of you is just too adorable!
Ah!
Please, Essie, this isn't the time for that. I did tell her to go home, but she insisted on staying to help us.
Why must you be so cold, Katra? I could never abandon my little brother in his moment of need.
Little brother? We're just students under the same professor.
What do you mean, just? Here's what you get for being so mean. Come here.
Stop that, please!
Man, think we could swap bodies for a sec, kiddo? Well, the more people familiar with this place that we have to show us around, the better. The bigger our group, the higher our chances of finding the intruder we're here for. That's true. I didn't see them directly, just to be clear. But Theo's sensors detected an unregistered individual entering the building. So they didn't use that stupid card to get in there? It's also worth considering that the security system used here is too advanced for just anyone to be able to slip through it. I would consider that this could be Theo's sensors malfunctioning, but as it is a drone based on Zypha technology, I very much doubt it. The reading is correct, I am sure. Well, let's see what we can do. We might find ourselves stumbling on clues we couldn't find earlier today if we're lucky. We're taking you two with us, but just be careful, okay? We'll be fine. We have Theo and Zeros with us, after all. Let's get to work. Engaging search mode. Wouldn't kill us to be more tense here. That's how we split up. The Institute is so moody at this time of night. Oh, feeling scared? Of course not. A Kruger warrior would never be afraid of something like ghosts. I'm not remembering all the ghost stories I heard at school or anything. That would be silly. Alright. Small quantity of residual shards detected. Shards? Here? So someone used their Zypha here. Let's have a quick look around just in case.
That dining hall's a bit suspect, but first things first.
Oh, there's a blue. Alright, hold on.
Additional residual shards detected.
These readings are a little denser than before.
Does that mean we're not alone?
Guess I wasn't imagining things.
Well, there was also someone cloaked, so that's probably why. And of course, only Van noticed. The cafeteria is empty, huh? Oh, I can't sense anyone here either. By the way, was that green-haired girl the only one left in the building when we got here, apart from our intruder? Not quite. Professor Cronkite already returned home for the day, so he won't be here. But there are also several security guards along with Professor Callahan and his assistants. I tried calling out to them from the other side of the door, but they were too focused on their work to notice. No surprise there, I guess. Well, let's just put them out of our minds for the time being. Professor Hamilton's students sure are an eclectic bunch, huh? You included. I don't want to hear that from you. Still, I think that just goes to show how open-minded she is. She doesn't care about race, upbringing, or anything other than finding the good in everyone, then working to better bring it out. Everyone knows her as the mother of the Orbital Revolution, but even to this day, she's striving to develop technology to help those in need. On top of that, she's kind, considerate. I've never met anyone like her. She sounds amazing. She was the one responsible for reviving and expanding Tharbad's oasis too, wasn't she? I can really tell just how much you respect her. I could never not respect her. This feels like... So the house we visited earlier today is where Mr. Salesian and Professor Hamilton lived then. That's right, the professor took him in 9 years ago and he's been living with her since. The two of them, along with me and Professor Cronkite, are like a family now. So that's why people call him her favorite. She left the country 2.5 years ago, however. That's right. He puts on a brave face, but he misses her so much. She's off trying to solve the problem in the east, so there's no telling when she's going to come back. The story about closing down the observatory seemed to come about because of me and Professor Cronkite too. But he never confided in us. Instead, he tried to fix the problem all on his own. And Professor Cronkite is really busy at the moment, so he can't be around very much. I just wish I could pick up the slack and support Katja like a real big sister would. Kiddo's got a pattern, huh? He was trying to sort out that problem down the mine along too. But he's at a kind of age when kids want to act older than they are. Better just leave him be if you ask me. Perhaps you're right, but being there for one another is what families do. I'm a little envious to be honest. Oh? Did you find something, Zeros? Guess we better give it a look. We sure didn't find anything downstairs though, so I'm not getting my hopes up. I agree. Let's see if we find anything.
Understood.
Fine with me.
Understood.
Yeah. This robo might act like a real-ass dog.
Very well.
Doesn't it? I spent many nights coding the design so it'd perfectly replicate a wolf's mannerisms.
Alright, well,
Leave it to the bioengineering department's rising star to go above and beyond.
You really need to get a life.
Very well.
see, nothing here. Well, that's strange. That door is ajar. Did it just open itself? No, that doesn't... Where are you going, Zeros? He knows. What is it, Zeros? There! Wait, was that... Whoever they are, they ain't just using stealth shards. They appear to be combining them with something else. Theo, we're going after them. Understood. We're going too. Wait for me! Heat signature detected. Zeros!
Wait! I surrender! I surrender!
A woman? She looks kind of familiar. And there was me thinking it'd be that kinky cat or someone from the Mafia. Huh? Who's that? She must not be a member of the faculty then. Man, it did cross my mind it might be you, but I wouldn't have put a mirror on it. This here is one of Kincaid's subordinates. I don't think I ever caught your name. Oh, so it's that desk jockey's gopher, huh?
You watch what you're calling me.
Is this an acquaintance of yours?
I was hoping not to make contact with you while I was here. But I see I underestimated just how friendly you would get with the faculty here in less than 24 hours. I did hear you had a way of conning everyone you meet into liking you, Arkwright, but you work fast.
I ain't conning anyone. I'm just that likable. Also, if you're gonna try and burn someone, maybe try doing it when you're not pinned under a dog.
You think I'm enjoying this? Just get it off me!
I can't eat another bite of Gaiden. Looks like you guys did the rounds. We sure did, though we may have overdid it a tad for being our first day. But now I have a better idea of just what's happening in the city. You do?
My name's Kayla McMillan. That's my real name, for what it's worth. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, and I'd prefer it if that and all we discuss are kept off the record.
I thought you were here on a job from Elsheim. So the CID is also involved then? Yeah, we knew that CEO might try to hide stuff from us, so we kept one of our clients a secret. We just didn't expect one of their guys to use a mix of Zypha and Ramda stuff to sneak in here. I apologize for the trouble I ended up causing. My intention was to investigate so we had a backup in the event you didn't succeed. I never expected to be found. Clearly, I should have underestimated the Institute of Science Technological Prowess. Theo is cool. Of course, very cool. I don't get it. Why sneak in here at all? You couldn't just let us do our thing? I assume she concluded that the current situation was too serious not to do anything. That about the long and short of it? The current state of the orbital network and the distribution network is definitely a problem. I had them go down on the other day too. We managed to get things running again, but it was still a big hassle. But just why is this happening at all? There's only one possibility I can propose. That would be unusually intensive parallel distributed computing. I'm no expert in the field, but that's all that comes to mind for me too. Then we're about the same mind. I'm totally lost. Yeah, they're helping you guys talking about it. Orbital computers have been getting bigger and faster over the past few years. And the bigger they get, the more orbital energy they consume. In short, yes, the larger and more complex tasks you require of them, the more power they will consume. Orbits regenerate orbital energy over time and don't generally need an external power source. That changes, however, when the amount of energy consumed vastly exceeds the orbit's ability to generate it. Yet the orbital distribution network that serves as the external source is also heavily taxed. That leads to a temporary decrease in the amount of energy available, and a spike in the amount of orbital network traffic. That theory alone would be enough to explain the issues you're here to investigate. Does parallel distributed computing really consume that much orbital energy? It's when you borrow the processing power of multiple computers to the net to do greater calculations, right? I'm impressed you know about such cutting-edge tech. Now, connecting a few terminals isn't going to consume much energy at all. But what do you think would happen if one were to connect all the terminals in the city? Then do you mean hacking? Do you think hacking is behind this? The flow of the orbital distribution network looks to me like it's being manipulated. If you intentionally adjust its flow on an erratic schedule, you can make it seem like issues are occurring at random. You might even be calling it just that my specialty, though I find this here to be a distastefully crafty way of going about it. Still, while it's possible on paper, I can't imagine parallel distributed computing taking place on such a vast scale. As for controlling the orbital distribution network itself, that's simply unmanageable with current technology. We still don't know all there is to know about orbital energy and how it works. Oh, but wait! Yeah, a situation mirroring that unimaginable scenario happened not all that long ago. It was around the most recent occupation of Crossbell. There were miracles and calamities born from the large-scale distributed processing that should have been impossible with our current tech. So impossible that I never thought the same could happen here in the Republic, even if this is on a smaller scale. Indeed, we analyzed the situation ourselves at Marduk and reached the same conclusion about what happened. There's that. That confirms it then. She finally clues us in. I've heard some about what went down in Crossbell, but if this is the same as that, well, that spells trouble for us. Right, and this isn't the first time we've run into something connected to that whole incident either. Don't know if they're deliberately setting out to replicate Crossbell's deal, but there's one thing we need to get cleared up right off the bat. We've got to assume someone out there trying to do research they shouldn't that can only be done with parallel distributed computing. So the question becomes, who is it? What's the point in asking a question with only one clear answer? Professor Callahan. Just what does he think he's doing? He's changed a ton over the past few years, but I didn't think he was up to something of this magnitude. This number belongs to...
Is that you, Silesian?
Professor Callahan? What's wrong?
I'm so sorry. I screwed up. Please, stop this. They want my...
Professor? Professor Callahan! What just happened? He's in the special research building, right? We must hurry. What? Damn. Professor? Where are you, Professor? Just what is going on here? Professor Callahan has gone missing and you're here with some evidence that he's been abusing his power? Even the police and guild have barged into the institute wanting to question me. You people have been here for a day. A day? Are you some sort of plague being brought down upon us? It's not their fault. This is Professor Callahan's problem. No, it's all of our problem. Ketra. Don't act like you didn't know about the assistants being harassed left and right. Ugh. Just What did you want me to do about it in my position? It's not my place to say anything about his research. I'm sure that this is one difficult thing about being a joint venture group funded by multiple investors, but I also imagine the benefits outweigh the difficulties. Anyone could see that the professor was on a rampage, and the problem with the orbital network and its distribution are just as clear. Let me just shoot straight with you. Was that professor linked to any strange group? You know, like the Mafia or anything? I like to believe that he wasn't, but I can't say for sure. It's very normal for the Institute of Science and Verne Company to accept outside funding. In other words, the ground is fertile for corruption. And I can't wait to write off the possibility with all those new terminals he suddenly had on him. Stop this pointless conjecture. You have no evidence. If rumors like this were to leak to the public during such a crucial time, how about acting like a leader for once in your damn life? These youngsters were hired so the police and the guild wouldn't have to get involved. And while we sit here scrambling for answers, who knows what Professor Callahan is up to? Tell me, is there ever going to be a better time than now to step up as CEO, Bill? Ugh. Supervisor. Fine. I'll tell you everything I know. But please keep this just between us. Of course, our team always keeps matters like this confidential. We're contracted with one of your biggest shareholders, the Principality of Elsign. We have nothing to gain from hurting your image. And everything to gain from earning some brownie points with Verne. Ugh. Professor Callahan first began the change around a year or two ago. We received a request from the Republican Army to develop the next generation of weapons, something he excelled in. But when the time came to propose ideas, he lost in his own field. Professor Cronkite's was accepted. I knew that was it. Ever since, he's been doing research on his own like a man possessed. I don't know what it is he started researching, but whatever it was, it required an immense amount of capital and manpower. There came a point where he started seeking out every sponsor he could. Then half a year ago, I heard a place called the Anchorville Company offered an unprecedented amount of money. That name. So I got caught on your information network too, huh? Don't tell me this is the same thing as in Longport. Indeed, the Anchorville Company, much like the Mezzodem Trading Company, is also one of their shell corporations. What are we talking about? A certain mafia. They're called Almada, and they're on both the guild and the police's radars. What? Professor Callahan was involved with people like that? I've heard the rumors, been expanding their territory an awful lot of late. Just how the hell could you have overlooked something like this? It's not my fault, I only got the info the other day. And what else could I do? Do you know what could happen to me if I put a pause in research for the Mafia? Think about the poor assistant who ended up helping them without even realizing it. So after losing against the genius professor, he started focusing entirely on his own research. My bet's that he's sticking to his same field of experience. And if the Mafia has invested massive funds into his work, I have a bad feeling about this. A really bad feeling. The network delay that dropped down to 0.35% has gotten worse again as of this morning too. That makes it highly possible that he's continuing his research in another location. But just where on earth could that be? Sounds like we got a good old-fashioned manhunt on our hands. We're gonna be combing through this place way more than what we did yesterday. I take it there are no objections? I don't like it, but I know it must be done. Better give our cards the proper ranks then. Fine, give me your cards. We're gonna get A ranks now? Hell yeah. Oh, B? Boo. Rank B, the certification level you mentioned. That one almost never gets issued. I'm not trying to bitch, but may as well give us a rank A at this point. I agree. What? Don't ask for the impossible. Besides, we'll be able to get around much better than we could yesterday with these. Let's get to work. Time to get one over that Mafia.
I have a favor to ask. If at all possible, do you think I could accompany you?
Oh?
As Professor Hamilton's student, this situation with Professor Callahan isn't entirely unrelated to me, and I very much consider it my job to do something about it in her stead. Please, let me come with you.
Katra. That's fine with me. But just to give you a heads up, our work takes priority. That means you're gonna be tagging along while we take care of business. That gonna be a problem? You mean like yesterday? That's fine. I wouldn't even mind helping out if there's anything I can do. Well, we're counting on you guys. I'll reach out to my contacts and see what I can dig up while you're at it. And just don't do anything too crazy, okay, Katra? Don't worry too much, Essie. I'm in a good company. Whatever it takes, I'm determined to set things right while she's not here to do it herself. I know. I'll start talking to any dealers who supplied Professor Callahan with parts. If I hear anything back, I'll let you know. Take good care of the boy. Yeah, you got it. By the way, Agnes, it glowed last night, didn't it? It did, yes. Most likely at the same time when Professor Callahan's final transmission went out. We're getting close then. Yes, the last time the Genesis glowed like that was... what are you talking about? What's Genesis? Ah, don't worry about it. Work stuff. I'm sure we'll fill you in eventually. I hope you don't mind, Katra. If you say so, it must be something that could take a while to explain. So where should we start? If possible, I'd like to start to speak to Yang. You would better know him as Professor Cronkite. The guy our missing professor had beef with, right? Yeah, I bet he'd know a thing or two about his research. Sounds good to me. Plus, I think it's about time we have a little talk with yesterday's client. The anonymous one? Not so anonymous to us at this point. Come on, let's settle the score. She'll be making the rounds through Newtown and the artisanal district before heading to the Institute of Science. That sounds perfect. Then may day 2 of our work begin. And now we have Katra. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we return, you know how it is. We're going to continue on with the main story and follow up on what we need to do with Professor Cronkite, as well as our anonymous for Spriggan Teller. Alright, so if anything else, thank you again. I'll see you on the next one.